So imagery, like we just saw, has been transformative in us understanding our place in the cosmos. But we can listen as well as look. And just from the past 24 hours, I've been listening to lots of sounds from around ESTEC. Sound is a part of how space scientists, space explorers do their job. Listening to noises and making noises is my business as well. And through their own ears, through equipment, it's a way of telling how machines are working, where they are, and so on. We can use our ears too. They're incredible instruments, some of the most incredible instruments. And it's also a way to explore and celebrate what's happening with space science and space exploration. So there are even sounds in space, and ESA has sounds on their website. They're Creative Commons license. You can go and listen to them, and you can listen to the Philae lander as it lands on the comet, sensing vibrations and on board the lander. You can listen to radio signals sonified from the Huygens probe as it makes its descent onto Titan. But just in this facility, we found some amazing, amazing sounds. And with the help of some microphones, audible microphones, and also electromagnetic microphones from my friend Jonasz Gruska, we're able to listen in this. Let's hear some of those. For one, this is a reasonable size sound system in this room, but just across the way is a sound system that would probably kill you if you tried to stand in it when it turns on, called the Leaf. There are microphones inside that facility, and it pumps nitrogen through enormous speaker cones. So here we're hearing the nitrogen purging the space and some whistles that simulate high frequencies, and in a moment we'll hear the low frequencies that simulate the sounds produced by a launch. So they're putting satellites in there and seeing if the satellites can stand up to the sound. Hopefully you'll stand up to the sound that you hear in a moment from me, but this is what it sounds like. If that doesn't sound like the sound that you're used to from a launch, that's probably because you're used to microphones that saturate when they hear a launch, which sounds more like this. But with microphones that are calibrated for that level of decibels, it sounds like this. And then we went over to the materials lab. And in the materials lab, the equipment are also making some interesting sounds. These are the nitrogen valves operating in a materials test. And we can also begin to appreciate some of the machines that are being used. So here's a sound of the rover that you'll see just to my left as it makes its sort of slow trudge across gravel. Very, very slowly. Now, if you could just imagine the air being 100 times thinner and whatever the temperature difference is, then that's what it would sound like on Mars, if you use a lot of imagination. And we can also listen to that same rover we discovered through electromagnetic microphones. So here is the camera on the rover operating, the servo. And that's the electricity flowing actually through the servo as the camera moves around to take pictures. And we also then started exploring this lab, listening to electromagnetic frequencies. So we're kind of listening instead of with our normal ears, listening as if we had electronic ears. So that's already beginning to sound a little musical. Let's see what happens, and you know, now it's been an amazing day of absorbing lots of words. Let's have some fun with some sounds and see what happens. So let's make some music.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I miss the presence of my own generation, the millennium. I want to go into the cockpit and I want to sit with the pilots.
Beautiful.
The biggest challenge we have is this one.
Beautiful.
If we do that, there are no limits.
On Earth.
If we do that,
Beautiful.
there are no limits.
Beautiful.
The biggest challenge we have is this one. If we do that,
I
there are no limits.